start this grand final of the No Smoking Cup number 2 here on Brightwater Oasis. The map that back then won the Hive Workshop mapping contest and the map that is making it into Blizzard's multiplayer ladder system. Map system, I should say. We don't quite have a ladder system yet, do we? Later this week. Was tested on the PTR and will be going live at some point this week. We have been seeing this map quite a bit. The one map we haven't seen yet is Ruins of Ashara. We are here in a best of 5 grand final. So if we go to 5 maps, it's gonna be every single map played of the non-standard new ones. Archmage first against DK first. Nothing out of the ordinary here just yet. Blade has been favoring the one base tier 3 rifle style heavily, the inner fire rifles, and has been able to beat Happy with that recently. Perhaps that means that inner fire rifles are pretty good. Maybe. Honestly, I had given up on them. At WCG, I could still distinctly remember seeing them played very well by TH against Side, and I was absolutely convinced that inner fire rifles was going to be the new best thing and the answer to Undead. After that, when the Undeads made adjustments with like run-bys and Zeppelin drops and Banshees, I became less convinced of their prowess. In fact, I started thinking that on the top level, they don't work anymore. And for most players, including Hawk, they don't seem to work anymore. But Blade has been able to beat Happy with it, to bring him very close to taking him out in a best of 3. Happy coming in for the instant harass. If Blade gets the last hit, that's level 2 right away. And he will get the last hit. This DK early, not looking too impressive. On this map, there's not too many medium armor creeps, so it's very tough for the DK early to creep effectively just with Skeletons and Death Knight.
A player's forces are under attack.
As I said, Blade normally not really an expansion player, and it's only 3 farms, so this should be tech. Yep. Oh yeah, wrong map name. True, I have to update this all the time now. Thank you, chat.
A player's forces are under attack. A town is under siege.
No Arcane Tower, a little bit greedy here. But with proper militia timing, militia calling, shouldn't be too painful. Tech is certainly faster here for Happy. By a good amount. That must be like half a minute at least. This is the 3rd final these two are meeting in a very short period of time. Yesterday's ESL Open Cup was between them. The week before that, ESL Open Cup final was between them. And went 1-1. Happy getting 1 victory. Blade getting 1 victory. But there, Happy was playing off race Night Elf. However, the week before that, it was a really close semi-final between the two. Semi-final or quarterfinal? I think semi-final. Where, as I said, Blade in a best of 3 almost was able to beat Happy.
Town is under siege.
Happy with a lot of harass against these militia. He wants to make the tier 3 tech difficult. And he's trying to punish the greed of Blade for not going for an arcane tower. Slumber is still looking okay-ish, kind of. But if he wants to go MK, Tier 3, and Sanctum, he's definitely going to be short. Happy gets the experience from the Water Elemental. That's really important. 1 footy kill now would be level 2 for the Death Knight. And the Lich is coming. Lich Slaughterhouse. This Water Elemental is the level 2. Perfectly lines it up with the coil. And that gives Happy 1 more coil. Very unusual to see Happy play so aggressively. Perhaps because of the map. Perhaps because Happy doesn't know the effective creep route here to go for himself.
A player's forces are under attack.
Aim getting quite close to 3. The middle camps on this map are very rewarding. Not too hard to creep. And big experience, big items.
Player's forces are under attack.
Slow poison, by the way, on these Hydras. Skeleton Scout for Happy. Sees what's up. In case you guys haven't been here before, by the way, there is one specialty on this map that I think we haven't seen featured in perhaps any maps before, and that is we have semi-random buildings. The Merchant and the Lab are semi-random. This means Merchant can spawn either in this position or in this position, and this is then mirrored on the other side. So if this Merchant spawns here, the other one is here, and the case for this position as well. And for the Lab, it's either this spawn or this spawn. With the Lab, I guess it doesn't change much. But with the Merchant, it can. As this one in the middle is harder to get access to, especially if you lose map control. Three, 2 levels now for Happy. Not too bad. Not too great either, though. MK, lots of HP. It's going to be hard to bring down. And level 3, quickly also. 1 of Mana Steal. Not bad at all against the DK. Between strength heroes, 1 of Mana Steal makes a difference. Heal pot for Happy. At the red camps, there's very big items, by the way. There's a chance of the Scroll of Restoration. Quite boots for the Dark Ranger, pretty nice. And we're just creeping. No fighting at all yet. There are tons of creeps on the map. Paladin would love to get some for himself. But of course, being an ultra hero, he's going to be much later than the Dark Ranger. Oh, and Happy stealing the enemy red camp away. That's a big deal. Spiked Collar. The Fellhound for the mana burn could make a big difference. Happy plays a lot of 4-on-4s and FFAs and stuff. I'm sure he has practice with this item, with this unit. Blade, is he ready? He got the Cloak of Flames, which is not bad, but still doesn't even have a Paladin. Blade TP's out right away, but not before losing 2 more units. And you can coil the Fellstalker. I forgot about that. And that's the next red camp for Happy. Oh boy. Potion of Divinity for the Dark Ranger. There is a different version of this map, by the way, where this red camp doesn't drop the massive items anymore. And that is the version that will be going to the live servers. So this is a slightly different version. Just FYI. Where's the Paladin? Finally. Getting some experience. Finally getting some levels. Happy with 4-3 heroes. Very strong. 60 supply. Not even going Banshees? No. Just Fiends Destroyers. And he comes in with a mana burn again. This mana burn is so good. Oh my god. And that Creepjack might be the end of things. Oh my god, this is the strongest Fellstalker I have ever seen. And the coil comes in. He heals the Fellstalker again. He has another mana burn. Oh my god. Oh my god, what a Fellstalker. This game is over. Blade has no chance here anymore. AM about to die. He doesn't have a TP. DK no mana for coil, otherwise he would have been dead. Survives. Does the AM, but how about the MK? His 1200 HP, which is barely enough. Happy barely lost anything. He may have not lost anything at all, actually. Lich level 4. Now we have Dark Ritual to make matters even worse. Happy's not expanding. Happy's not transitioning into Banshees. He's just going more and more. Fiends Destroyers creeping up the map like crazy. And this is a sad state of affairs now for Blade. If this strat gets to very high supply, like 65 or 60 plus, and very high levels and decent items, it is really strong, but it seems like Blade never was allowed to get there.
A player's forces are under attack.
Happy with the unusual instant aggression. Did quite a bit of economic damage and then came back on tier 3. Fighting Spirit by Blade. He's not giving this up. But this is an impossible task. Perhaps if he gets lucky. Perhaps if he gets a DK hero kill out of nowhere. Is that possible? Let's see. Gyros coming in. It's not that many though. Side knows this game is over. Lots of dispel against the inner fire. It's not even that much inner fire. Happy kiting back over and over. MK in trouble. Barely makes it out. Not a single destroyer has fallen yet. But a lot of gyros certainly went down. Mana is kind of low on Happy. But then again, he's going to level up to 5 here very soon. And I guess the coils when he needs them are still there. Perfect statue uptime in the back. Perfect destroyer kiting at all times. Didn't even get a fiend kill yet. He will now. Well, it's denied actually with the Dark Ritual. AM dies. That's GG. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? GG. Whoa! Whoa! That was brutal. In the ESL Cups, usually it looks better for Blade. When he has a better idea of the creep route to do on the map, and his power spikes, his timings to hit, usually it looks better than that. But Happy on the fly seemed to be doing very well. And I think Todd is going to be joining me here. Let's call him. Huh? He's not picking up the phone. The Discord phone. Ah. All right. Todd is on his way to bring proper representation into this final with an undead and a human caster for this undead human grand final. Remo, watch out for sunburn. Yes. Yes, I will. I will.
Hello?
Hey, Todd. Hey.
How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. Well, I mean, my skin is kind of burning, but other than that, I'm fine. How are you? How about you?
Oh, I'm good. I mean, watching rifles melt another day at the office.
Yeah, maybe I was a little too bold with praising their prowess in the early game. Didn't look so good in that game.
When do rifles ever look good?
He almost defeated him, like, when was it? 2 weeks ago?
Come on. Let's be honest here.
Yeah? What?
Here's the thing, though. I feel like Happy, he takes a little bit of time against different styles than Expo to adapt, but once he starts playing a little bit more accordingly, he does better. It was the same with Paladin Rifle, The first few times that he played against it,
Yeah.
he struggled a little bit, he traded maps, and then the more he's going to play against it, I think the more he's going to crush it. I feel like it's the same against the one-base rifle style.
Yeah, I remember I asked him, I don't even know where it was. I think it was DreamHack, about what he considers the strongest human style, and he said the fast expansion, Knight's Gyros kind of deal.
Yeah. That's what he lost to on NetEase sometimes when he played against Sock and these guys, but there's the ping differential.
Yeah. Tanks also sometimes were able to bring Happy to his knees, but usually he kills humans way before they ever get to 2 to 4 tanks.
Yeah, it's such a hard style to do well. Like, it really comes down to single tower placements, wall off, farm placement. All of these are super important, and it's so hard to get everything perfect. Like Infi did it, and then Infi still, even though it was a 3-0, the games were pretty competitive. When he played against Happy, again, details mattered a lot. Do you want me to tell you what was the secret to beating Rifle on one base?
Tell me.
Creeping. If you see X-Lord nowadays or Happy, they creep a lot more than they used to. They understood that you don't need to be aggressive. The guys on one base, just creep yourself, get a lot of gold, go into our bombs, get a lot of units, and then you just win. So you see them creep a lot more than they ever did before. And that's what they were doing wrong before. And it's the same against Pala Rifle. When Happy played overly aggressive and didn't understand the timing, that's when he lost a few maps and he had close games. But as soon as he understands all of the timings, it's a lot less close immediately.
Yeah, later on in the late game, he definitely picked up the speed with creeping. Those red camp drops, man. Did you see that, Fellstalker?
I didn't really see. I heard you talk about it, but...
Dude, brutal. He mana burned the MK, I think, 4 times. I couldn't stumble anything. And I didn't even know this. You can coil the Fellstalker. You can heal him.
That's ridiculous.
Outrageous. So we have the second map. Uther's Slumber. How familiar are you with these maps? Not at all, or like a little bit?
Not at all, yeah. I was watching a couple streams throughout the day, so I saw a little bit of these, but not much. They don't seem to be very expand friendly, a lot of them.
Yeah. I guess that's true. But you know Ruins of Ashara, right?
I'm not sure. I know it by name, but I don't remember what map it is. I've never got to play against it. On it, I mean.
Yeah, we haven't seen it yet today. Seems like that was vetoed all the time. It's a map with Manathon, by the way. How about that?
Yeah, well, it's got to go then.
So off we go. All set up. We are here on Uther Slumber, happy with the 1-0 lead. Blade, does he still believe in his 1-base rifles, or is it time to switch it up?
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna play differently unless he wants to try a fast expand, but it's really like... It's a style that you're like, okay, nobody plays it as good as me, so I'm gonna try to just perfect it and master it so that I'm the best at it, and then when I play against players, hopefully it will be good enough and they will not have played against anybody that did it as good as me, so then I can beat them. Like usually, that's why you see him do it every game, you know? Like it's so hard to be like, oh, I'm gonna go back into expansion now, unless the map is a map where expanding is really easy, but even then.
Yeah. I guess on this map, expanding shouldn't be too easy. There's certainly no Merc Camp support here easily attainable. There is, in fact, absolutely no mercenary camps on this map.
Yeah, just shops in center, we got taverns, and labs in the corners.
Expo positions are also quite far out on the map. Feels like you're going towards your opponent with the expansion. You have theoretically a choice of 2 expos, but it's really the one in the center left and center right.
He brought 5 militia for this? I thought he was gonna do the lab at least.
Yeah, the lab... Is that doable? With 5-6 militia?
Actually, against these guys, you just get bashed into oblivion, probably.
Bash and slow. Scary.
But mental, nice. It must be nice not to get a ring.
Well, ring is another camp, my friend, so not quite possible there.
Oh, trust me, I still would find it.
Maybe a crystal ball. Happy's been mixing it up here. Usually he's always, like in the normal map pool, always creeping first, a little bit with a DK, and then coming in for harass. But here it's instant DK aggression, which was his playstyle at WGL the first time he went, when he won the tournament. After that he adjusted. But this might just be map specific. Or, you know, this tournament specific, because he's not very well familiar with the maps. He doesn't know the proper creep routes. So maybe it's just, you know, simpler. Just quite only play aggressive against the AM.
Yeah, there's some big camps on this map. If you're not sure, like how hard they are to creep, like relative to the item that they give, I kind of agree that the safe approach might just be to go across the map and make sure he doesn't let Blade get away with creeping something really big and getting a good item. So he's just playing it safe. Even like the scout early on, I think, was really good, and I think he's confident at this point to face rifle on 1 base.
AM needs 2 skeletons here for the last hit. But Happy doesn't give him away freely. Sentry wards for Happy, gonna place them pretty obviously, I guess, in the middle. Right on the tomb. He's gonna keep watch over Uther.
Is that supposed to be Uther?
I think that's his grave, yeah. It is Uther's Slumber after all.
Yeah.
I mean, if you have to choose your burial place and your grave, this is one of the better ones. I wouldn't mind being buried here.
Really?
Yeah.
I want to be incinerated, so I don't know.
But where do you put the urn? Wouldn't this be a good place for the
Nowhere,
urn?
just in the ocean, whatever.
But people... What about if people will want a monument to your greatness?
Oh my god. Please no.
So AM got level 2 here. Ring on the ground. He wants it bad. Taking quite a bit of damage for this. But Happy's progress here rather slow. No level 2
Oh my god.
yet.
The raccoon blocked him. He was trying to go for a surround.
Oh. That's actually perfectly lining up for the level 2. There it is. Now we have the aura. Is that usually the point where you give up hope against undead, or does that come later?
Well, if I'm observer, I give up hope even more because I'm looking at Happy's main and he started tier 3 already in Lich. I'm like, oh my god. But yeah, no, it's like, if you're level 2 and he's getting level 2... Then again, why is he taking so much damage on the Death Knight? What the... He wanted his footman so bad, he just like... went for a dive. Well, he's gonna get it.
Yeah. Slight mistake there by Blade. He should have set that footy back to the main, but at the end of the day, I guess it's just one footy. Putting decent damage on these fiends and peppering up the fiends does matter when the MK comes out, and it should come to another engagement that might be easy kills.
Yeah, it's weird that Blade is fighting this much because he's going fast tier 3 and he certainly cannot afford to go for shop early. So even though he's going to be going for priest as soon as the Sanctum finishes, he shouldn't be taking too much damage on the Archmage. Lich's going to come out and Nova him, and then he's going to die and he's going to leave the game if he does that too much.
Yeah, Lich is the first one to arrive. But MK not too far behind. They're basically going to meet up at the same time here at the camp. It's nighttime, so the MK could surprise kind of with a Stormbolt, but Happy is only exposing the Lich, who has full HP, so there's no kill threat there. Keeps the rest behind. And he stole the last hit.
Damn, what is Happy's third Ziggurat doing there? You trying to escape the base with it or what?
Yeah, you know. Base build is like the one thing I think Happy like really could improve on, but he just simply doesn't seem to care about. Did you see his base build when he was playing Night Elf yesterday? Just
No.
like Moonwells against the trees all the time, so he had to run back.
So Wisp
far.
were stuck or?
No, just he just made him against the trees every single game. Didn't seem
Old
to make
habits,
sense.
maybe.
A player's forces are under attack.
I'm surprised that Happy is playing this aggressive because his Death Knight is very low. He might start getting Stormbolted, but Mountain King doesn't have boots. Makes it a lot harder.
Yeah. Well, he's not listening to you, bro. He's not going creeping. What's happening?
I think right now he knows that Blade cannot do like these camps too easily, so he's playing kind of aggressive. And he's been doing well the whole game. Maybe that's what's encouraging him. But yeah, now he's gonna go into creeping. I think he realized that by now he can't really do much anymore.
Forces are under
Yeah.
I think this matchup and Warcraft 3 nowadays, like everybody has reached such a high level that it's become a lot about finding the balance from creeping to being aggressive. Some players, they're too aggressive. Me, I only creep, I never attack. You need to kind of like be in between to be at the top, it feels like.
Yeah. I totally agree with that. And this is normally where the undead creep speed really picks up when there's a Dark Ranger third. Love the silence to help with creeping. Very good, especially against High Priests.
player's forces are
Yeah, with a third hero and the orb, but Happy not going for the orb yet. First going for more fiends, more statues. I am with some nice bonus intelligence, and the Paladin should be coming any second now.
Yeah, he didn't start the shop that early, so you might have to force that. You see it's a little bit out of sync. If you want to get it same time as your Pala, you need to start it exact same time as when you start your Pala, so that you can pick up orb and staff ideally. So I don't know if he's gonna stick around and force the shop. Yeah, it looks like it's second peasant coming off. But then the creeping on the Paladin is gonna be out of sync a little bit, slightly delayed. If you look at Happy, you know, there's not many mistake build otherwise. He actually skipped on backpack, just went home with Death Knight because he knows he's safe with the rest of his army, and then he picks up the orb. So it's a lot smoother.
Yeah. 2-2-2 on all his heroes, so it's very even creeping, very even leveling between his heroes.
forces are under attack.
And this happens a lot on this map, I noticed, because there's so few camps in the middle to contest. It just usually ends up being each player taking one side, and then you go either clockwise or counterclockwise, and you just kind of split the map.
Who do you think this is better for so far? Because Blade is 3-3, and he's now starting to power the Pala towards 3. He gets War Song, and then if you look on the other side, we got Rune Bracer, sure, Ring of Regen, but then Cloak of Flames is not that great.
Yeah. I don't mind the creeping at all for the human. Like, the Pally is normally, in my opinion, the more level-hungry hero. The Dark Ranger does fine on level 1. The Pally is like, it's not bad. But the later it goes, especially if the human can stabilize with a really big army, the Dark Ranger can also be countered, possibly, if you are on point with your dispels.
It's gonna lose the Priest.
Speaking of Priest, by the way, did you know Death Note made a personal query to me to please? I am supposed to relay to Blizzard that please, we need to fix the Priest AI. It is so bad. We need to fix it.
Did you see the clip?
Which one?
There's a clip of Death Note where he's shouting at his priest.
I don't think
it's pretty
I saw
amazing. Oh, you need to see it. They're pretty annoying, yeah. They just take a lot of getting used to, I think. But if you like move them for a second, then obviously you can dispel after that. But it's just very annoying to do because it was a certain way and then now it's a completely different way. So I can understand the frustration.
It used to be different?
Yeah, like they changed the dispel so that now if you're already casting healed, you cannot cast dispel like immediately after. So basically you need to either turn off the autocast.
Ah. And this wasn't always this way?
No, it wasn't this way. Like now priests are like actually really stupid. That's why a lot of humans are very annoyed. It's because we press dispel and nothing's happening for like 5 seconds.
Yeah, I know, but I thought it was always this way. Ah.
No. I don't think it was before.
Yeah, I think they should just have the statue treatment, like where they use the spell and it doesn't have a cast point, but it has a cooldown, you know.
Town is under siege.
So you can heal, walk, heal, walk, heal, walk.
Yeah. Perhaps. Okay, we're about to get a fight, I think. Dark Ranger gets level 3 just before. Scroll of the Beast for Happy. He hasn't broken upkeep yet. He has 1,000 golds. Blade has less golds, but he has Tri-Hero level 3, and he's got some good items.
Ooh, nice Holy Light. Makes the coil here, renders it useless. And Happy's gonna TP out, doesn't want to take this fight. He's got lots of gold still to spend. This time he is going for the Banshee transition. And I think this is the key against this strat. Unless you're far ahead, then you really don't need Banshees, you can just roll over him. But once you add Curse and Anti-Magic into the mix, this is where this strat really runs into problems in my opinion, this Inner Fire Rifle strat. But then again, Blade was able to beat him before, we'll see how it goes. AM in the front line, lots of damage, but no TP on him. No TP anywhere. Blade can't retreat, really. This might be a big overextension.
Yeah, he didn't even break upkeep yet. He could have just like left, sold some items, Crystal Ball in particular. Do you really want to be attacking into Happy's base here?
Yeah, such fast reinforcements. Gonna be plenty of Banshees coming out. Blight, Black Citadel, everything. Still good mana on Blade though. Decent staff, and does walk it away. Happy is in upkeep now. Army's getting stronger and stronger. 2 upgraded Fiends. Banshees, decently strong heroes. Holy Light? Okay, there it is.
Do you think that going Flying Machines is correct, or should he maybe go more rifles? I personally think more rifles would be better, especially against this style where like he goes Banshees.
Yeah, I don't really like gyros. I feel like they oftentimes just end up getting webbed and do nothing. Unless you have like Expo when you can go like 10, 12 gyros.
Yeah, they're expensive. That's the thing.
A player's forces are under attack.
Our supply efficient, but yeah, definitely expensive.
And like if you're Happy, you don't even need to make that many destroyers. Just have them at the start of the fight. You know, remove Inner Fire 1 time in the Water Elemental, and then after that, even if human reapplies that, like,
yeah,
it's not gonna be as much and as quickly, as fast, as efficient. Oh, there's still the lab left as the main camp in the top left. I really like that Blade hasn't broken upkeep yet, by the way. And he just does that after like what, saving 1,300. So he's gonna get the giant army that you talked about earlier, where it's like the critical mass, where it becomes a lot scarier when you play that style.
Yeah, I think it's important with the rifles to get to high numbers, because when you play against the top undeads, even if you micro well, even if you dispel well and you heal and stuff, he's still gonna kill stuff. You know, with Coil Nova, with Focus Fire, with Kiting, rifles are still gonna die. And it's important that after the first 2 or 3 Novas, you still have rifles left. You still have damage. You can still force kills with the Orb of Fire. And that ties into your point about the gyros. I'm sure he has a good reason, Blade does, but yeah, I would have preferred to see just pure rifles as well.
He bought a Shredder. This tells me that he might want to expand. He's had wood problems the entire game, but with the Shredder, you just know you're going to have an insane amount of wood. But I think, remember the game that they had on Last Refuge, in the very close series that they had previously? Like, when I talked to Blade about that game in that series, he attributed his loss to expanding when he shouldn't have and just staying on one base instead. So I think he might just wait until he has 80 and then expand.
I'm so worried for this AM, dude. You know, this is my pet little hope that I hope to see but never see. Late game AM by Periapt. But it's of course super expensive. Not in this game, but you know, if you're in a 2-base game where you have lots of resources and it's getting really late, I think it might not be too bad. But this AM, 525 HP. If he takes 2 shots from the Lich and a Coil Nova, he might be dead.
And he needs to be attacking because of the orb as well.
Yeah.
We see that happen very often, you know, in the fight, you're just fighting and then suddenly it's like, oh, my Archmage is in the middle of everything. And it's like, oh, my Archmage is dead. Like, of course, yeah, it was in the middle of like high-level undead heroes.
Also really low on involts as Blade, right? Like, he hasn't been spamming them at all. Still not getting them.
Yeah, he's not even... Oh, he's gonna sell Crystal Ball, okay. He sees Happy coming. This is Happy's big timing, by the way. He's pulling goals off the line. He's going for the full-on engagement. Archmage at the front. The priests aren't doing anything.
Some dispels coming out now against the Scroll of the Beast. MK level 4. Curse being applied. Anti-magic everywhere. The priests especially are the vulnerable part here in this army. So are the Banshees, I guess. Hard to tell really who's ahead at the moment. Supply-wise, we are pretty even. It's a lot about the mana points. And that's looking still better for Blade. Not spamming those spells too crazy just yet. Now focusing on the Lich. That's a dubious choice. There's still Call to Protect him. Anti-magic also. Invul is forced though. And Happy's starting to run away with supply now. And the AM we were talking about in the middle of everything. Coil Nova executes him real easy right there. And that should be simple follow-up kills for Happy.
To staff the Pada. Okay, can just pull back maybe. He got caught really off guard. I think even when he saw the army of Happy, he was like, are you serious? Are you actually attacking me right now? I don't believe it. And then Happy was like, well, you better believe it, because I'm right on top of your army right now and killing everything. And those flying machines, they killed the one destroyer, and then what did they do? They just sat there doing nothing.
Yeah. I don't like them either.
A town is
Like,
under siege.
you have them as insurance if he goes too many destroyers, but isn't it a mistake for the undead to go too many destroyers anyways against this rifle style?
Well, if there's no flying machines, then I think you're supposed to get a bunch of A-bombs, and then maybe like 2 to 3 destroyers to remove the inner fire all the time and water elementals. But yeah, against this now and flying machines, yeah, you don't get more. You just let your destroyer die, and then you're like, well, you have a bunch of useless flying machines.
Yeah. I actually honestly don't like A-bombs at all against this style. It makes it really easy for the AM to attack, really not be in danger, and the rifles gun them down very fast with the Orb of Fire and everything. I think this is the perfect style right here, just Mass Fiends, upgrades, Banshees, and the inner fire rifles. Tough time here again with this style. Happy is
I can't believe he
expanding
expanded
behind.
this early. This is the same. Oh, actually, this is worse than last time, because last time on Last Refuge he was actually doing really good, so I can understand how he might have felt confident enough to take the Expo. But here, if he waits until he has 80 supply and then takes the Expo, like, he has a real chance at winning this game, in my opinion.
Yeah. Do you think you can... Oh, Pally. Do you think you can fit frag shard mortar teams into this build?
It's very tricky against undead because of Coil Nova. Usually, a good undead will just get those out of there like instantly. You have no chance to like run them away. You can maybe staff one, but then you've used a staff for like a mortar. So I don't think it's very good. I just think more rifles. Imagine if he had like a few more rifles here instead of that, and instead of expanding, again, he just built up to 80 supply and then expanded. He has +3 attack on rifles. There's 0 album. Like, this is supposed to be like what you want to fight against.
Blade has shown lots of fighting spirit the last few matches I've seen him play. Doesn't give up easy, doesn't give up too quick. This game is most likely over, but he's gonna try his best. Priests, always the weak underbelly of the human army. That's also the big strength of Banshees and Inner Fire anti-magic. You cast anti-magic on everything, and then you go through the hero frontline kind of, and you go for the priest right away, and you can't get punished too hard with Stormbolt and perhaps even Holy Light.
Yeah, supposedly Dark Ranger shouldn't be that great in that there's a lot of priests. So yeah, silence can be removed and skeletons as well. But as you said, they're like very squishy.
Yeah.
So they'll still kind of die and provide skeletons. But I really think if you can get to 80 here, he would have had a real chance.
Yeah, if we swap out her right now for a Crypt Lord, of course Crypt Lord would be better, but it's all about the tempo on early tier 3. On level 1, she's just so much better than a Crypt Lord. And even on level 2. But who knows, man, new Crypt Lord coming soon. Are you excited?
Yeah, so much. Actually, new Crypt Lord is not even needed. Like X-Lord has been playing quite a bit of Crypt Lord 3rd already and doing very well with it.
Yeah, we've seen it
and
before
Vortex
also. From 1 to 0 against humans. And Vortex, dude, he's destroying all the orcs with his Crypt Lord.
Yeah, he loves it. How many units do you think Blade's gonna kill?
He's gonna get that one. Hells yeah. By the way, something I guess we neglected to acknowledge was they give True Sight the gyros. I think that might be a big reason why he's going for them.
You can make a farm. He already has a farm at the lab. You can buy dust. It's better to like not have these useless units. I mean, that's just my opinion, you know. I'm sure that in some games he builds up to 80 against a lesser player than Happy, and then he has everything in a fire, then he gets the destroyers out of there, and then it feels amazing. He just wins.
Oh, there he goes again. If only I'd bought a Periapt. Just kidding. This game, I guess he couldn't afford it.
Oh, did you hear the bell?
3 militia, dude. Let's go. Here comes the turnaround.
The Shredder is like, put me in, coach. I always think that these late game fights that you can't win are like more depressing than if you had left earlier.
I think some people just don't mind playing a game that they know is lost. They're just like, oh yeah, a little bit of micro practice now. Maybe I gotta
the Lich?
kill.
Oh my god, he's doing it! Oh my god, what a boss.
The comeback!
Town is under siege.
Level 3 Dark Minions. GG! Alright, 2-0 for Happy. Well, I would have liked to say this was very close. Was it? Was it very close? I don't know. It seems like we had one fight, and that one was very clear.
Yeah. You know, I would like to see more devotion as well, to try and nullify just the attacks in general of Undead, in particular with the Orb.
Yeah.
I think devotion is so good.
Yeah. How does Divine Shield scale from 1 to 2?
I mean, regardless of how it scales from 1 to 2, it's garbage on both levels compared to what it used to be, so just you shouldn't even get that.
Wait, what? Isn't it the same on level 1 but nerfed on level 2?
I mean, on level 1 it's not that long, like, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's 15 seconds, I think, 15-25.
I think it's better to go devotion and like put your invulns on the Pala. But then the problem is that if you put your invuln on the Pala and the Mountain King doesn't have any, and you get silence on the Pala, then maybe you get Coil Nova in your MK and lose it. But you can transfer potion and do all that.
Map 3. Gold Port. This map has a few very unique aspects to it. There's 4 runes on the map. There's 2 runes of lesser healing, There's 2 runes of Spirit Link. And there's and there's 2 more. And there's 2 runes of Rune Rebirth where you can get the little dragon whelps.
What the hell?
Yeah, it's pretty cool, man. Earlier, Krav was playing against Blade. Blade played such a sick game, dude. It was unbelievable. Krav was at 3 bases at some point with his run by Ghoul Worm style. Blade was down to 1 base, but he still got the win. It was absolutely sick.
He went Frostworms.
Yeah. Krav, you know.
What a guy. So this map is called Goldport, but it has no boats.
It does.
It does have boats?
Yeah. I mean, it just visual boats, not like the
Okay,
boats
well,
you
this
can
is
play with.
unacceptable. We need hireable boats. Especially now that they were reworked. They're like Zeppelins now.
Yeah, they've been mega nerfed.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good thing. Like, they were silly before. Too much hit points, too quick. They unloaded everything instantly.
Yeah, true. So, here we go. Is this the last map? Or will we see more of these maps here today in the No Smoking Cup number 2? Still haven't seen Ruins of Ashara. Oh, by the way, I haven't even asked you yet. How did the final go of the tag team?
It was nice games. Somewhat close. The NA team won. Some nice Huntress massing by OC and some nice keeper action. Secure them the win.
All right. USA number 1.
Yeah. What's the prize in this cup?
200 and a little something
27, yeah.
total.
I just saw.
100 first, 50 second, and the rest split third and fourth. Not too bad. Kind of the usual payday that Happy cashes in with ESL Open every week. But this week, he was denied. It was Blade himself beating his night off.
Yeah, there's no prize for second, right, in ESL?
Yeah. It's only first place 100.
Imagine Happy is like, oh, second place with Alpha. This is how Foggy feels every week. This sucks.
He still has other requests, I think. I think he has a request to do it with Human. And you had something to say about that, didn't you, if he wins?
Yeah, I don't care. I'll shave my head. I'll be happy.
So if he wins the grand final with Human, just the grand final.
No, he needs to win the whole tournament playing Human.
Every single
But
map.
I think that's one. No, not every map. It's just every series.
Yes.
Can win like 2-1, 3-2, yeah. But to be honest, it's not that unlikely. Because, like I said, he always gets seed 1, so he only has like 2 or 3 very strong opponents. At this point, you know, he could get like Sonic in the semis or quarters, and he's always clowning on Sonic. He could definitely beat Sonic with Human. I do think it would be harder against like a... If he beats Hawk or Blades, I'll be very shocked in Mirror.
Town is under siege.
But who knows, it's Happy.
Oh my god, he stole it. Agonite stole the last hit. Not a good start for Blade. Again, the DK is coming over with the harass right away. No creeping at all.
You know, I never smash my desk or keyboard anymore, but this is probably as close as it gets. As far as temptation goes, is when an Acolyte walks in and steals something.
Oh, that's not a good start to the match. I only ever smash... You used to do that a lot, like during the game, in the middle of the game, you get like, frustrated and you smash.
Yeah,
desk?
sometimes mid-game or at the end of the game. I definitely broke quite a few keyboards back in the day. And that was when like the Steel series, you know, they just came out with the 6G or whatever, 6GV2, which cost like €100. And these keyboards, I'm not joking you, they broke in one slam.
Blade's forces are under
It's ridiculous.
Man. Were they your sponsor?
Yeah.
Well, not anymore.
I don't smash stuff anymore. But like I said, this is the close one. I always get a little bit of a rush when an Acolyte comes in and headbutts something and steals it.
What is your estimate? How many keyboards did you crash in your career? Destroy.
Probably not a ton. Maybe like a dozen or something.
a
I've never managed to do this. I feel like I'm missing out on the experience. Like when you hit it so hard, sometimes the keys like jump out in different directions.
Of course.
It's pretty
That's part of the experience.
Yeah, exactly. It's pretty spectacular.
Then you're super tilted, but you want to queue again, so you need to find them everywhere, so you get even more tilted.
Doesn't calm you down when you're walking around with your knees on the floor and realizing, I should be taking things a little more calmly.
No, I'm getting even angrier actually.
Yeah, I can see that.
I'm impressed at how Blade smoothly goes into tier 3, by the way. Because when I go for the rifle style personally, I never really know like when to cut what rifle to go for tier 3 quicker. It feels very hard to get tier 3, second hero, and the Arcane Sanctum as well. But supposedly it should be hard for Undead, right? It's like the same prices pretty much. And yet they found exactly what order they need to go for. Usually it's like tier 3, Lich, and then Slaughterhouse. So I think Blade kind of copied that and adapted his own build from it, and he's doing really well with it.
Yeah, the issue of course for Human is you do need a few footies early to do anything on the map. Undead doesn't really need that. Just with the shop is good enough. And 4 is the number here where the footies get cut, and now we go into rifles indeed. Lots of gold. We're gonna have a quick tier 3 again.
This Centaur camp is actually no joke. Yeah, you can't do that. There's no road.
Whoops.
Blade's like, wait a second. The Death Knight's not very healthy.
A player's forces are under attack.
Whoa, did you just call that for nothing?
He missed a kill, dude. What the hell? Happy in a slump.
Don't you think this build is like so sick? The one that Happy does, where like he's on 30 out of 30. He gets, or when he starts the Lich, he's getting tier 3, he gets Slaughterhouse, and then he gets the Ziggurats.
Yeah.
Every time I see this build, I'm like, okay, well, this is not fair. Like, it's too smooth, you know? Like, there should be somewhere in there where, like, you know, he should be lacking gold or something. But no, it's like so smooth and easy to go into this.
And actually, you play this against Human Expansion, you play this against Orc, you play this against Undead in the mirror. Just not against Night Elf. It works out. It's pretty good.
I like the creeping this game by Blades a lot better. You see he's getting Archmage level 3 quite a bit quicker than the Death Knight will be. It's gonna move that out of the way, and he gets the greater mana. A lot of good items. Greater mana plus greater healing. Like, this is the dream right now.
That's really good.
Well, actually, well, he might need that sooner than he thought.
What was the AM doing?
He was trying to scout. You don't really think at this stage that like you're gonna be Core Nova and take into low hit points, but Happy's blocks were good, and
It's also a weird scout though, like such a big map, and he's just thinking, oh, maybe he's over here.
Yeah, I think as long as you react quickly, you should never really lose your hero. He's not pulling back the Archmage though. That's okay. He needs to get it out there.
Yeah. This is where the Rune of Lesser Healing spawn, the middle, the Golem dudes, and the green next to the red camps is the Rune of Spirit Link, which I still think could be like some crazy timings, but of course this strategies haven't been so refined yet on this map.
And you see this time, he started Shop or Arcane Vault before he started Paladin. So when the Paladin comes out, this is already going to be done. And because Blade's creeping has been better, he's gotten quite a bit more gold from it. So he's in a much better position for everything to line up perfectly. You know, Pala comes out, he buys Staff plus Orb, rejoins his army, he continues on creeping, and then immediately rushes that Pala to level 3, and then he can fight. The problem is, or was last game, that he tried to take that second base way too quick. When Happy was just doing a giant, I don't want to say all in, but giant timing. Even when Happy went for the timing last game, he brought the ghouls that were on wood in his base.
Nope. TP back. Quite the ambitious push here by Blade, aware of his strength thanks to the items and levels.
Actually, if you can force the TP and get out, this is great.
Yeah.
Happy's gonna sell Vampiric Aura instantly. I like that. Like, it's completely useless.
And the DK can't rebuy the TP too easily, and this could open up Perhaps a cheesy, or not cheesy, but easy hero kill, easy victory.
Player's forces
If it comes to a fight here when they're contesting the rest of the camps and the DK dies, this game is probably over.
Yeah. I mean, the DK is never supposed to die, but I'm surprised that Blade doesn't target heroes at all, it feels like. Or at least the Death Knight. Especially when he has Spada there and Orb.
The Lich now is getting focused.
Oh, there's no more coil!
Oh.
There's no more coil!
Oh, nice silence. Dispelled though. But the Lich out of range, going for the Fiends instead. This is not looking bad for Blade at all. Stormbolt cooling down.
He has Staff as well. He has greater mana. Oh my god, if he can catch anything. A Fiend. Oh, he has no detection.
One of the few mistakes by Blade this game. Forgetting about the dust.
And he's starting a workshop, so he wants to play the same.
Oh, holy.
Oh my god.
Well. Not the Happy's best game, it seems like. The creep route early didn't seem to make too much sense, and then TP easily lost, and then punished again.
town is under siege.
If Happy wins this game, I'm switching to Orc against Undead.
You're gonna play Farseer Expo or one base Blade?
Whatever annoys the Undead more. It's not even about winning at this point.
Oh, Liquid Fire Bats, dude, that's the call.
Instant revive on the Lich. He bought staff, he was staffing, and then he cancelled it. Oh my god, the Lich. Martha King doesn't have boots though, that's for sure a big mistake. Oh, he bought Dust. He wants that Fiend.
I guess skipping the boots, he was able to easier get to 50 supply with the tier 3 tech and everything. But now
Yeah.
that he's at 50, you think it's worth considering adding in the boots this late game?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it's amazing. Like, it changes everything in terms of chasing against Sonoliora. And why is he playing this aggressive? What the? Give the greater healing.
Stepping on Blight here and everything is a little dangerous.
This is so weird. Like, this attack is never gonna achieve much. But maybe he thinks he's like so far ahead because he killed the Lich earlier.
Yeah. And this is like his third Fiend kill or something? I imagine he's getting upgrades behind this. Yep.
That's
second attack
nice.
upgrade.
Holy Light. Oh, he didn't use the greater healing. And he already staffed something, so now he has no staff for the MK. He needs to transfer the TP. Oh my god.
TP! Oh!
Oh my.
Oh, Blade, no!
Not like this.
No!
You are the chosen one.
But why was he pushing into that base in the first place?
Yeah, he got overconfidence.
If he had just gone to the top left, there were so many camps left,
Yeah.
he could have crept like crazy.
But that's the great thing about backseat gaming. We always know better, don't we? Oh my god, no.
Goodbye,
No.
man.
Staff in 2 seconds. Oh my god, he just. Oh my god.
A tragedy in 3 acts, boys.
Disaster.
Man, that seemed very impatient, though.
Oh my god.
You know, there are some truths that seem universal. Pushing into an undead base. Oftentimes a mistake, and here it turned out to be one. Understandable that perhaps he felt like he could force the issue. He killed the Lich, he killed like 2 Fiends. But over time, the Blight kicks in, the Slow kicks in, the Orb kicks in. I'm
so
sure he
sad
would do
right
it
now.
differently, of course. I mean, now that he lost, obviously he would. But yeah, this was not so close.
What did his staff? Like, the staff is supposed to be booked for your heroes, but I think he lost patience and then he staffed one of his units, so then he didn't have it for his hero because it takes a long time to get Staff of Sanctuary back.
I'm not sure what he staffed, but yeah, that's a good point. Thank you, Nightmare, again with a donation. He says, thanks for watching, everybody, and thanks for the cast, Remo. Nightmare is the good gentleman who hosted, organized, sponsored this whole thing. Happy wins it again, just like last year. Nightmare, how about next year? Can we expect another no smoking cup? Can you give us a confirmation on this? Perhaps with some even newer maps. Well, Todd, that was another 3-0 for Happy. Another 3-0 for Undead.
Yeah, rip.
Time to go for Orc.
F's in the chat, guys. All right, thanks for having me, Remo.
Thanks for coming on, man. It was fun.
See you later.
Take care. Well, I have a chat delay, so I don't know if Nightmare said yes or no. But I would certainly be down for another no smoking cup. We had a lot of fun games today. We had some great matches by Blade, among others. Blade versus Krav, I still think was amazing. Let's take a look at the grid here.